I did it!
There he
Oh!
is. Yeah. Okay, Barry, do you think you're ready to go?
That's not meant to happen. Okay, so this is your first stage diesel filter. It's probably never been off.
So we're going through the bottom drawer, the navigation guides that we got with the boat.
That is quite far away. Welcome to Cruising Alba.
We invite you to join us on our adventure living off-grid and travelling the UK canal network. I'm Miles.
And I'm Marina. We are using the time in lockdown wisely. Soon we're going to be able to cruise again, but for now we're going through the never-ending list of boat jobs. First on the list today is painting the hatch and gluing a layer of cork to it to prevent condensation.
So my plan is I've got 3 bolts, stick flex, 1, 2, 3, and then put the Buddha head on, let it dry. Once it's dry, put these on.
Goodness.
That's not meant to happen.
Okay.
So this
Is how you not do it.
is how not to do it. Yeah.
Do you want me to put a Buddha head on? So I've got clean hands.
Yeah.
We need to do some emergency sticking because, yeah, we ruined the box. The tube. Do a more stable
Yeah.
stick.
Well, it will act as an extra layer of insulation.
Ed is back again this week to service our engine.
Okay, all the soot on here. I mean, a lot of it does look like actual soot, but it's amazing how much of that will be the actual V-belt, so the alternator belt. As it degrades, as it gets warm, the dust comes off it, and the only place that sucks it in is the air filter.
Okay.
So
So we've got air filter and we have oil filter.
air filter, oil filter, diesel filter. Okay, so this is your first stage diesel filter. It's there to collect really moisture out of the system and a little bit of a filter as well. So it's sometimes called an agglomerator. But oh yeah, yes. I mean that's quite a good guess. It's probably never been off. See all that sludge and muck.
We had engine service in February last year.
Well, they never did that.
Oh my goodness.
Right, so the service is complete. I've changed the engine oil, the gearbox oil, the oil filter, the diesel filter on the engine, and cleaned the first stage filter. Also, I've tightened the engine mounts. I've checked the cup pin because that also sometimes loosens off, but it's fine. New air filter, so that is all done.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
That's quite all right. No trouble at all.
I went for a run that day, not expecting anything unusual to happen, until I saw that the sprinklers were on. I did it! So went for a run and I saw the sprinklers. And if you've seen the episode 5, I think, when I was trying to run through them, and it was a really hot day, I saw the sprinklers and I just thought, oh my god, I might not have this opportunity. I don't know how long we're gonna stay on this golf course. So I did it. Yeah, it feels nice. It wasn't that cold. It wasn't cold at all. We are low on water, so I will have a shower, but it's quite funny. Yeah, completely soaked. I'm gonna put a jumper on now. When you live in the same place and you do the same thing every day and you take the same route to work, our minds are designed in a way to choose the path of least resistance, something that we already know. And then it's so much harder to do something new, to try new things, to, I don't know, experience, to have a little bit of an adventure. But when you are kind of not forced, but you are living the life, when you're constantly moving, your journey to work is always new, everything constantly changes, then you don't even have to put any effort into experiencing life differently, trying new things, and things like that happen. And that's one of the reasons I absolutely love living on a boat. Our 12-volt outlet has melted. Good job we've got a spare. That's going on to-do list as well. What are you doing?
I'm gonna bilge the water out of the engine bay. 2 jobs to do. One, to hand bilge what I can from this centre one. And then the second part is I want to add some string to our float so we can just bilge it when we need. So I'm going to do that first, I think.
Our engine bay is separated in 7 or so compartments, and only a few of them are connected to each other. We don't really have any oil in the engine bay, but just in case, the compartment directly under the engine isn't connected to the rest of the water.
Yes, look at that.
Is this the first time it happened?
Properly, yeah, without me having to hold it. Built a button. So we're planning on going to Oxford. So we're going through the bottom drawer of navigation guides that we got with the boat.
Yeah, we've got
Some of them are older than the boat.
some of them are older than I.
Or older than us. It's quite interesting reading the commentary and also travelling back in time.
So from here
All the way up
all the way up there,
through Milton Keynes.
that is quite far away. If you remember from our first episodes, we had an idea of going to Oxford already then. This time though, our engine is in the tip-top condition, cruising restrictions are about to be lifted, and we're feeling very confident to go on the Thames. And 2 of them full days for the weekend.
We can tell you how much it is in miles.
And potentially we'll take time off when we are on the Thames.
Shall we go do a lot then? Let's go. The riskiest part is now going, and then passing the point of no return, and then when everyone wants you back at work on Monday, which is not going to happen. But
No. I think we should do it.
I think we should do it. Now's the
when
chance.
we're going to have this opportunity? We don't know what's going to happen in 6 months or a year.
Seems like the year to max it, since we're, you know, not going abroad anywhere.
Exactly.
Really live it. And I love how it actually just starts where we are. Isn't that just like destiny? But there are loads of locks.
It's going to be hard saying goodbye to this spot, so we best make the most out of it in the next few days. Jedi.
When lights go out, you're in my mind. I close my eyes, so it's just you and I.
This is our new drone.
Check that drone out.
You'll be back again when the stars are
Just tried a new position. Instead of one person sitting at the top and on the back, you sat in the middle. And we've taken water in from the from the back.
You got a wet pump.
Not yet, because I'm sitting on this.
Is that wet?
That is all wet though. Paddleboard back.
Let's switch sides. Happy now?
Yeah.
You're in your seat.
This is how it should be.
but I won't lie. I still miss you so much.
I want to show you guys our newest battery monitor. This is a new gadget that we installed a few days ago, and since then we've been looking at it every hour, every day, trying to figure out how much energy we use, how much energy we generate through solar panels, and how much charge we've got left in our batteries. This is the voltage of our batteries. 13 volts is very healthy. And then I can switch to 70 amperes is how much we're using per hour. We are in plus, so that means the solar is working really well. 19.9 is our current battery charge. This is such a great bit of kit. We've got some really exciting news. Yesterday I received a text message from Jane, who's a volunteer looking after Barry, the bat that we found on the side of the boat. Check out the episode where we rescued Barry the bat. Jane picked him up and looked after him. She is saying that Barry is doing well, he put on some weight and flying okay, and she would like to release it today at 8:45 at sunset. In about 2.5 hours we're going to see Barry again, and hopefully he will be healthy and safe enough to fly, and we'll try and record as much of it as possible for you guys. Before the excitement of seeing Barry again, we're going to make pizza for dinner. We've ended up with leftovers, so we made a mini calzone.
Trust me, I know how to roll.
You can, but it can make it really appetizing.
Heaps of Cornish pasty. Oh, lovely.
So Barry's been in care for just over a week, I think. Couldn't find any injuries at all. They all echolocate at different frequencies. So when we say echolocation, we're talking about the frequency that the bats talk, if you like, when they're trying to find their food. So like us, they can speak normally, and they chatter away at a lower frequency that sometimes we can hear, which is about 25 kilohertz. But for the soprano pipistrelles, when they're actually actively flying around in the dark, they echolocate at 55 kilohertz. But that means that we can't hear them with our hearing range, so we will use a detector to try and pick up those echolocations for us. You switch it on and you turn the dial round, and it's got, you can adjust the frequency that you're going to pick up the bat. So I'm going to leave this on 55. Right, so, oh, there he is.
Oh!
Yeah. So, and then we've got a little mealworm at the bottom there, one that he hasn't eaten. So, yeah. Yeah. So he's
Fluffy.
so. Remember when I picked him up, he was quite sort of scrunched up and, you know,
Yeah, he looks
obviously
so
a bit
fluffy.
worried about the world. So he's fluffed out nicely now, and hopefully he's listening in.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I've also called him Baz and Bazza and all sorts of other
Excellent.
little names.
He likes Baz.
Yes. Hello, sweetie. Oh, she used to do something. Eh? Go on my hand then. He's actually got quite used to crawling into my hand. Yeah, probably just saw him do that.
Yeah.
So I can feel him shivering a bit now.
Yeah.
So he's starting to warm up his muscles, but I'm just going to keep him in my hand for a little while now, just to make sure that he's warmed up properly. And once he starts scrabbling about and getting quite fidgety, is that a word? Yeah, sort of. You know, I'll know when it's time to release him. Bats only have one or possibly two babies a year, and they also hibernate over winter, so that prolongs their lifespan. I think the longest recorded bat in captivity is getting on for nearly 40 years, something like that. Hello, sweetheart. Yes. Should we try and see if we can pick you up chattering? Stay in there a minute. So that little chicken there. Come on. So you can hear it with the detector.
Yeah.
But I can't hear it. Children can. Okay, Barry, do you think you're ready to go? You're going to be a clever boy. Yeah.
Oh.
That's it. That little sound.
Bye, Barry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Anyway, so success story. Thank you very much for getting in touch with us, because if people don't do that, we don't know what's going to happen to the bats. And,
Yeah, of course. In the next episode, we say goodbye to the grove and finally set off on our longest adventure yet. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you would like to support our channel, please consider checking out our Patreon page or buying us a coffee over PayPal. Take care and see you next week.